just as I've hit record there, we've got a few droplets of rain on the Barno. Yes, what a treat. It should be the other way around. It should be raining and windy here and grim constantly in the Lake District. And then I should be happy that the sun comes out, but it's just been the opposite recently. You'll know if you've been up here, you'll know if you've been following my Wainwright series here on YouTube. By the way, if you want to go and check out episode 1, start from the beginning, link up in the top corner so you can catch up a little bit. This is Wainwright number 7. Grey Friar. But yeah, like, I'm delighted. Bit of rain. The forecast is a proper mixed bag. Clouds, we're going to get, you know, a few breaks of light, breaks of sunshine every now and again. This is what this landscape is all about. And on top of that, of course, it's going to be way better for the photography. I've missed it, man. Missed the rain and the wind and the grimness. Oh. So I'm looking forward to this one. I want to talk a little bit more about the route that I'm taking up to Grey Friar, because it's a little bit different than what I've been doing so far. But yeah, I've just started. Let's get a little bit further up, see what there is to offer. Of course, I'm always looking for things to photograph on the way up. You know, I'll repeat this again, it's not just about getting to the summit and getting the camera out, definitely not, you know. But yeah, I love this area of the lakes. Let's crack on. So the wind's picking up a little bit. We've got a few raindrops on the lens as well. What a treat. Oh, it has been missed. So the bag's on the floor, but I'm not getting into any photography just yet. I want to talk about the route up to Grey Friar today, because I'm not taking one of Wainwright's primary routes up. For anyone that doesn't know in his guides, by the way, he'll offer more than one route up to the summit of each fell, where possible, of course. So far on this series, I've just took his primary route up each time. His primary routes are always his favourite, so kind of why wouldn't you, you know? They're going to be the best route up, the most beautiful, and they're going to offer the most for the landscape photography as well. But I've been thinking a little bit recently, a lot of these Wainwrights are really close together, you know, because I'm doing them all individually. I'm dedicating one photography trip to each Wainwright, to one Wainwright. There's going to come a point where I'm going to be taking the same routes up to certain mountain ranges, you know. For example, Grey Friar, really close by up here, we've got Weatherlam, we've got Coniston Old Man and Swirl How. So if I start taking some of the secondary routes up to some of the fells, it saves the primary routes for later on in the year, or, you know, whenever I'm going to do them. Behind is a really good example, actually. I set this up deliberately, I don't know why I'm not mentioning it. We've got Pike of Blisco there, and then Cold Pike there. Now I've started today's route from down here. I don't know if you can see that. Is Rhino's Pass, which is a really beautiful mountain pass road. I've driven up it, and I've parked up, and I've come up this way, which is a much easier hike, by the way, as well. But say, for example, I was going to go up Pike of Blisco from here, and then like 6 months later, Cold Pike from Rhino's Pass as well down here. It'd get a little bit boring, in my opinion. So yeah, just trying to mix it up a little bit, that's all it is, just to put it simply. It's probably been a little bit long-winded. So that further down the line, I've got a lot of his kind of primary routes, his favourite routes up to a lot of the fells saved, you know, just to keep it interesting. Right, wind is picking up a little bit, the ears are chilly and the lot, what a treat. We've got a few breaks of sunshine over to the east as well, which is fantastic on some of the fells. Oh, it's going to be another good one, I can feel it. Right, I'm itching to get the camera out, so let's crack on. So look at this for a change. Look at my face now. It's too hot. I've got these things on, these are coming off. So I'm just stopping for a quick panel, and it's all about the light, guys. This is it. This is what I've missed so much, these changeable weather conditions. This is what makes this place for landscape photography, in my opinion. Look at the background. We've got this fairly intense, fairly harsh, but not so harsh that it's unphotographable, definitely not a word. It's really nice, it's pleasant, and then the background is so ominous and dark and moody and so dramatic. Haven't had this in weeks, and it is beautiful. So I'm doing a sort of left to right panel, starting on the left hand side with Cold Pike, because there's 2 fells that I just showed you a minute ago, and then finishing over here at Pike Oblisco, and then in between them I think we must be looking back to the Borrowdale fells or something back there, but they are such an important, such a pivotal part of this image because they provide the contrast of the light that we have in the foreground by being so dark and sinister almost off in the background, are black. The fells are black in the background. It is beautiful. Exactly what I was hoping for today's adventure, and from this location. Sweet. Mark my words, we are going to get drenched. That rain is coming straight for us. Oh boy! So I think that fell that you can see in the middle there, the black coloured one. Whoa, the focus. That is Grey Friar, I believe. Just there. The weather's come in. It's got a little bit grim, but this is something I always say. As long as it's safe above all else, and as long as you can hack it, you can get some quality photographs in these conditions. Look at this valley down here. I can't believe it's not absolutely nailing it down. It seems to be everywhere else. Oh my goodness, look at that ray of light there. Can you see that? See, things like this, you don't get this when it's just a sunny, clear day. Ooh. Right, so I'm going to try my best to hack it and stay positive and crack on up towards the summit of Grey Friar. And we'll see what... look at this. I'm going to have to get the camera out. It's kicking off. So we're not too far from the top now. I'm just going to grab a quick shot here with the 16 to 35mm lens of this scene that you can see behind me, and then I'm just going to meet you up there because the low cloud is rolling in and out. It's very sporadic and changeable, but I just need to keep my eye on the ball. We all know these conditions can be a little bit sketchy, but as long as I'm concentrating, I'll be all right. So what caught my eye is that there. See all them layers in the background? Phenomenal. We've got Red Tarn down there, and it's just that little drop in the fells, that little valley there in between Cold Pike and Pike Oblisco once again. But because we've come quite a lot further around and we're a little bit higher up now, we've just got a completely different perspective. And I've just stumbled upon quite a lot of these gorgeous sort of slaty coloured rocks down here that all happen to be pointing up towards that valley, and the drama, let me tell you, the drama is off the scale. You know what I've realised? Just within the past half an hour or so as I've been walking, that just how much the conditions mean to me. You know, I love the fells and the geography and Lake District and Scotland and Snowdonia. I absolutely adore these places for what they are, the history and what they mean to me personally, you know. Of course, everything to do with the photography, but it's days like today that make me realise how important the conditions are as well. And I like to think of a blue sky day, no clouds, no wind, nothing. It's got its own charm. I'm not saying it's horrible, but I just find it can be a little bit emotionless, you know? It doesn't really offer up much, and I'm not necessarily only talking about the photography. just in general, whereas a day like this, man, it's so changeable, the conditions. This wasn't even visible 2 minutes ago. I set the camera up and I looked over and I was like, oh, I'm not going to be able to show them anything, it's gone. But I love it, you know, that variety. And it's just completely different emotions get conjured up from those blue sky days, you know. Let me know in the comments, do some of you agree with that? It can be quite grim and challenging to be out in these conditions, both for the hiking and the photography. But there's just something about it, the emotion is proper full on, if you can't tell. The blood is pumping. Right, so I've just focused on some of the rocks down here. Settings don't really matter so much, we've not got a very high dynamic range. Didn't need the tripod, I think I was about 1/60th of a second. And it's all about just making sure them rocks point up towards that valley there. Wonderful. I'll show you it now and I'll meet you up at Grey Friar for Wainwright number 7. So the wind is pretty strong up here, but here is the summit. Oh, the nose is running all over the shop. Summit of Grey Friar, Wainwright, number 7. Let's go and grab it. Whoa. In fact, I'm going to do this thing and put a stone on the top. I've never actually done this before. Yeah, surely Wainwright did this at some point. Whoa, God, nearly knocked it all down there. There we go, Grey Friar, number 7. Right. So the visibility is not great, if you can't tell, or is now. Oh, wow, it's proper changeable. Let me show you this now. Look at that in the background. That, I believe, is Heart of Fell. Photographed him from Green Crag a couple of weeks ago. It's nice when you start being able to see the same fells from different perspectives. The light is ridiculous. So, these conditions, man. Look at this. Excuse the wind, guys. And the unprofessional. Look at this in the background here. Oh, it's just unbelievable. So it's definitely worth sticking around for, is what I'm trying to say, because it's so changeable. I'd like to grab a summit photograph. I've taken 1 or 2 photographs on the way up. We also had some incredible conditions, some beautiful light. Looking back over towards the Irish Sea, Heart of Fell was there as well, but it was before I got up here to Friar. I keep wanting to say Friar's Crag. Grey Friar. There's your dinner. And yeah, I took 1 or 2 panoramas, and I took some shots looking back towards Doe Crag as well. On this camera actually, which I've never really spoken about, but it's an Olympus EM1 Mark II, and it's mint. It's a great video camera. Obviously, that's why I use it. But I've got a really nice lens on it as well. I like a 12-60, f2.8 to f4, and sometimes I just grab the odd shot with that. And I got a few with some nice light. But I'll show you them, and I'll put up, say that it was taken on the Olympus. Look at this, man. Oh my goodness. Right, I'm going to try and find 1 more photograph. Living the dream, man. This is class. Are we on? Are we filming? I've just had me crisps. Oh man. So I'm set up, but it's, I mean, look at it. Zilcherino. Not a view to be seen in any direction. In the clouds. It's nice, it's atmospheric, but a little bit of a shame because Wainwright raves about the vistas from this particular location. I mean, I shouldn't complain. I've seen loads of them on the way up, and every now and again here I've seen down towards Heart of Fell. But he says that the vista of the Scarfell range, which should be there somewhere, is particularly nice, but not to worry. What I will say is, this has been my best Wainwright so far, by a mile, both for the photography and the views. The conditions have definitely helped, I can admit that. But yeah, this has been the best one so far. This has blown my mind. So I'm set up anyway, and I've got my wide angle lens on, which I always love, because it means that I've used all 3 lenses. ISO 100 f11 and 1/3 of a second. And look at this down here. We've just got all these crags. It reminds me so much of the Gliders in Snowdonia. All these spikes. Whoa, get them crisps away before they blow off. All these spikes, these spiky rocks, very rugged and great for the photography, man. So much foreground interest. I'm just hoping we get a little bit of a gap, because just there somewhere his heart fell off in the background, and the light was beautiful. If not, it's still going to be a nice summit photograph, and if anything, it's just going to tell the story of this. But what I'll do is I'll probably wait around for a little bit, see if I can grab the shot with Harterfell and a bit of the Irish Sea in the background. If not, you're just going to see a few rocks with some mist in the background, which is quite nice. It looks atmospheric. I shouldn't slag it off. Sweet, thank you so much for watching. It is nippy. Like I say, this has been like the best one so far, 100%. This has been class, and it's so nice to have a little bit of drama again. You know, it really is. Even though the ears get cold, I should have brought a hat with me. Sweet, thank you so much for tuning in. I wanted to say that my prints, before I show you this photograph, I'm going to take them off sale within the next week. 30% off all of them, including the limited editions. It's been a great sale. It's been on for a while, and I've had some wonderful support from you. It's a really good way for you to support what I do if you'd like to, and I really do appreciate it. Thank you so much. It always blows my mind when I'm like sending prints over to Australia and all over Europe and stuff. It's class. But yeah, cheers for the support. Please give the video a thumbs up if you have a second. I hope you like this last photograph, whatever it turns out to be, and I'll see you on the next adventure. Out.